Can we? Let's get into this. The next game against. See why that you would even need that anymore. What is that? 3,500 left by. Alright, so
time to turn the page, MP.
I'm covering tonight. Many times, not much. Not many at all. That's it. Right. I'm getting closer to my home. I'm getting closer.
Fun to see where everyone in the league stands. Taking a look at the Rockets, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
When I look at the Suns, they're a team that still feels like they can get better. The season is young, so they are still hopeful that they can improve their ranking.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for them. And it's Kamari in at the power forward position. And for the Suns, Bradley Beal's out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's John Collins. Then there's Nick Richards. And it's Smooth in at the 4-man position. And it's Simons missing. With a new season underway, what are some areas that are challenging for players to get used to again, Grant?
You know, B.A., I think being on the road again in general, making sure you continue to eat right, get the proper rest, getting into a routine as quickly as possible.
Simons outside. Pass to Kamari. Back to Simons. Shot clock at 6. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, you can't give Simons a look from 3. He's a knockdown guy.
Here's Collins. Here's Smooth. Coming off 41 points last game out. Thibault with a steal. Ball stolen. It's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Simons. 27 points his last game.
Okay.
6 to shoot. Another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, the jumper from Simons is smooth like butter.
Pretty good
And
looking
it's
shot.
Phoenix's ball. 4-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
It's a fine line between playing with urgency and being out of control. And they crossed that line.
Yeah, well, once things start going in that direction, regaining your composure defensively is not easy to do.
Now here's Sharp. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. Kamari, no good. Here's Smooth. Inside. Richards' shot is off.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
Okay.
Pass to Simons. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
And that one falls for Simons. Coach, you talk about guys who are always upping their game. How about Anthony Simons?
Well, Brian, I feel like he's one of the truly under-the-radar scorers in this league. He's put in a lot of time and work, never satisfied with himself or his game, and he just keeps getting better.
Now here's Sharp. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game.
And this guy has some bounce.
Okay.
Always fun seeing Sharp hammer it home.
Suns trail by 9. Here's Smooth. Boy, so much fun watching him score the ball. He's averaging a little more than 36 a game. Outside Durant. Pass to Smooth. Can they get it? No good there. Off the double clutch.
Well, the process was good. A solid look inside. Sometimes the basketball just doesn't go in.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to review the game plan. And since we have a second here, let's see which teams have dominated the offensive glass and second chance opportunities this season. The Trailblazers in second.
They're having success because they're sending multiple guys to the offensive glass. Hard to block out everyone.
Here's Richards, and he jams it home with authority.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him there.
Simons against Durant. Simons, right side, outside Sharp. Lets a 3 fly, and it's Phoenix with a rebound. This is the first time they've seen Portland this season.
They really struggled against this team last year, despite having comparable talent. I mean, they got swept in the season series.
Durant's shot is off. Portland leading by 9. Here's Thibault. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
To the inside, Richards banked it in off the glass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Simons passes to Thibault. Excellent D there.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Tom.
Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
Smooth pass to Collins. Here's Smooth. No points yet. Back to Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Well, in this two-man game, Collins can really
Get the team going. Let's get the team going,
and
you know?
that's why he's so effective.
It was against Louisville, and it looked like it was directed towards you. Walk me through it from your vantage point.
Right after the game, I texted her and I was like, the media is dumb. I'm sorry. They just make stuff up. And then
I'm a woman, you're not supposed to hit me. You punch me, I punch you back. And these guys here, I know it's 2023, right? She's got the same rights I got? Yeah. You kick my ass, I kick back. Do you want to press charges on that?
I mean, I can take you out.
Yeah. We don't fight like this. Do you feel pain? Huh? Do you feel pain when they hit you? Oh, hell yeah. Scale of 1 to 10, how bad? Scratches where they rammed my head into the concrete. I'm bleeding back here.
Interesting.
Indica is a very weird but fairly unchallenging game, though if you do somehow manage to perish, you'll be mercilessly mocked by the voice inside of your head, also known as the devil.
Kimberly, you brought me a possessed body, and you're complaining about $1.20 a day. Sorry about your grandma, but you're ridiculous. I bet if Sarah was here, she'd tell you to just do the price, wouldn't she? But no, she ain't here because she choked to death. Because you didn't save her. I bet you cooked the food that choked her, didn't you? I bet you made a steak and you cooked it too well. You cooked it too well done and she couldn't chew it. So she was sitting home alone one night. She was eating that steak all by herself. Had her some A1 steak sauce, everything. Cut on the knife. And choked on that piece of steak because you didn't cook it right. Ain't that right, Kimberly? And you got the nerve to sit here and tell me that $1.20 is too much a day? Put some respect on me and put some respect on Sarah. Kimberly, you brought me a
How about for the defensive player of the year?
Oh, you sure you don't want to read this? You know you will.
This is appropriate because it's the Hakeem Olajuwon trophy.
Hakeem Olajuwon trophy. Yeah, the guy who got you your 2 trophies. Oh, who got you yours?
You just bringing him water. You just bought him water.
No name.
You just bought him water during Ramadan.
Silence. Silence is golden.
Come through, bro.
Silence is golden. Yeah. Who helped you win the championship?
Nobody.
Thank you.
How about for the
Centralized management, mobile, and red print.
Hello, Andy.
This is Jason Bourne.
Bourne?
That's Bourne. 90 seconds to triangulate his position.
What do you want?
Are you running Treadstone?
Treadstone was closed down 2 years ago. You know that.
Then who's planning the missions now?
There are no missions. It's over.
Then what do you want with me?
Berlin, you killed 2 people, Bourne. Bourne?
I want to come in.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
I need 35 cents.
I need someone I know to bring me in.
Who?
There's a girl in Paris, part of the program.
She used to handle distance.
Alexander Strasse. 30 minutes under the world clock. Send her alone, give her your phone.
What if I can't find her?
It's easy. She's standing right next to you.
Hello, Andy.
This is Jason Bourne.
Bourne?
There's even no problem standing right next to you.
What do you want?
In the pick and roll.
pass to Kamari?
There are no missions. It's over.
Jason Bourne, that guy.
Durant against Simons.
I'm on my guy here.
Simons, a screen on Beal. 3-pointer sharp. Portland, no good that
All right.
time either. Suns trail by 5.
He's gonna get floppy.
Here's Smooth.
Come on.
Beal outside.
He might make
It's a
that.
3-pointer.
I just love
What a run. There we go. These are the runs we need. Come on.
And it's Simons with the ball for Portland.
Move back.
Pass to
Good
Kamari. It's Sharp on the wing. Outside Thibault. They still need this. Oh, he can't sink it. He's 0 for 3.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Beal outside. To the paint. Simons with a steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Sharp. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
Here's Smooth. Collins outside. Pass to Smooth. Back to Collins. Down low. He's got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Now Simons. 9 points in the game. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Nice setup there out of the two-man game. Simons continues to grow as a passer.
Well, Stanley was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
Here's Smooth. Still without a bucket. Pass to Durant. Over Sharp. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
There's Simons with a 3. Buries it from 3. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Well, it took Simons some time to find his footing in this league, but since then, he's been a consistent scoring threat.
Here's Smooth. Outside Durant to stop the run. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
And how's this for a response? Durant enjoys coming right back down and delivering the cold-blooded revenge triple.
Now here's Simons. Kamara. Another 3 for Portland.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Smooth. Pass to Beal. Here's Smooth. And here's Collins. Fires the 3. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland leading by 9.
What's happening right there? Something got fucked up.
Sharp passes to Thibault.
Good defense. Stay on it. Stay on it.
He can't get that one to fall. Collins with the defensive effort.
I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Smooth. Pass to Collins. That's tipped. Thibault with a steal. Here's Sharp. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul.
Yeah, punishment to get their balls stolen from me like that.
Has no off switch.
It's okay.
He's consistent at attacking
It's early.
defenses and drawing whistles.
Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. Markkanen comes in for Thibault. Suns trail by 11. Here's Smooth. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Murray. Takes the 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Here are the Blazers with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Durant against Sharp. Now here's Simons from the arc. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Outside Durant. Pass to Smooth. Six on the shot clock. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
A moment to
Oh,
hear
wow,
from
really?
Force.
Hi, guys. Well, Smooth in their last game against the Rockets really lit up the floor. He ended up with 41 points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight. Well, his lack of offensive contribution has definitely been felt tonight. They could have used way more from him.
Kamare, that's good.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Here's Smooth, and he hits it. That makes him 1 for 6 for the game.
Well, not really much you can do to stop him there. You want your players to go hard at the bucket like that.
Now here's Sharp. 6 points for him. They set the pick. To the wing on the left. Ayton passes to Simons. Lets it go from deep. Iguodala grabs the miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
24 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Smooth. Allen outside. Three-pointer. And Ayton pulls it down.
How, dog? How, man? Even with Diamond.
Simons finds Sharp. Out to Simons. Let's go with a three. Can't get it to drop.
They just launch it, man.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Dang,
Taking a
man.
look at the Trailblazers.
There too.
They've got DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamari in at the 4. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Phoenix making a switch here. Beals checked in.
What is this? What is this, man?
And so Markkanen will bring it up for Portland. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Hornets at Spectrum Center in Charlotte. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. Suns trail by 14. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. And there's a pick. Murray for 3.
Come on, Murray, you gotta hit something.
Portland with a rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Guys. That's tough.
Markkanen outside. Here's Tate. And misses it off the right side of the rim. For Phoenix, they've got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far. Pass to Allen. Here's Smooth.
I'm gonna pull it, man. We're losing.
Back to Allen. From behind the arc. Lawson with a rebound. Portland leading by 14. Pass to Kamari. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kamari's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And here's Allen. Here's Smooth. Back to Allen. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. Allen's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Outside Tate. Pass to Lawson. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Markkanen misses. Suns trail by 13. Here's Smooth. Outside Murray. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Now here's Ayton. Pass to Kamari. Ayton with a screen. Here's Kamari. 10 points in his last outing. Tate's shot is off. Here's Smooth. Murray with it.
No.
Allen on the wing. Here's Smooth. Back to Allen. The three. Another three for Phoenix.
We needed that, man, so bad.
That's 3 in a row.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. 11 points for him last game against New York.
Nice.
Well, and he was up.
Five to shoot. The Suns need to get off a shot. Murray, no good.
That was pretty good looking with a shot,
Trailblazers
actually.
lead by 9. Left side Tate. Pass to Kamari. And here's Markkanen. To the middle. Out left to the wing. Ayton finds Tate. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there.
Oh, my
But he'll go to
goodness.
the line with a chance for 3. It's going to be on Bradley Beal.
Hey, nice work.
15-point game.
Sharp against Murray. Simons outside. Back to Sharp. We've got 1:23 left in the first half.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Screen by Durant. From deep three-point land. Offensive board.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Simons, right side. To get back on track. That shot, no good. Good D by Murray. Suns trail by 15. 40 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Smooth, the pass to Durant. Portland with a rebound. Thibel's got 5 rebounds tonight. Trailblazers lead by 15.
That's strange, man.
Left side Sharp. Here's Kamari. Hits the trifecta. Kamari's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
Smooth. The pass to Murray. Here's Smooth. For 3, Allen. And that's not going to go. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. A sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. And they've done well in limiting Durant's production, making him uncomfortable and getting him out of rhythm. And don't go far. We'll
I'm
be
out of
right
rhythm,
back.
too. It's one of my worst games.
It is a wonderful night for basketball and a wonderful time to get a quick, wonderful rundown of how the wonderful West looks early on in this wonderful season. Is that too many wonderfuls?
No, you're wonderful.
No.
Hey, fellows, I'm just wondering your thoughts on how these teams stack up.
Well, I'm a big fan of stacking things. Title rings, onion rings, cash rings, ring
One
cameras.
of these things is not like the others.
I agree. Onion rings are the only thing that satisfy my shack-a-type. Hey, you got any onion rings in the back?
Somehow it always comes back to food. And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Suns.
Well, Ernie, they had a ton of fouls. Jeez. And the points they gave up at the free throw line added up in a hurry. They got to calm down.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You look at Anthony Simons, he's been playing really well.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
They've got Kevin Durant. He's out there with Bradley Beal. Nick Richards out there with John Collins. And it's Smooth in at the 4. And that's the group for Mike Budenholzer as we begin the second half. And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Thibault on the wing. Collins defending. Pass to Simons. Clock at 6. Here's Sharp. Smooth grabs the miss. Smooth's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Three-pointer, Beal. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
A volume three-point shooter. Beal knows he has the green light to shoot threes whenever he wants.
Thibault finds Simons. Here's the pick. Over Durant. Simons' shot is good. Simons has got 21.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Collins with it. Now Sharp defending. Pass to Smooth. Back to Durant. Puts up a 3. And Klingon pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 17. Thibault passes to Simons. Back to Thibault. Now Sharp. Here's Simons. And the 18-footer right on the mark. Simons got 4 points now in the quarter.
From the mid-range, Simons' quickness is a big advantage.
Here's Smooth. And that comes off the assist by Durant.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
The Trailblazers have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. And Chauncey Billups calls time out here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And let's take a look now at some numbers for Kevin Durant.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Sharp passes to Simons. Drains the triple. Simons got 26 points.
And he was hot from 3 to start this game. That's his first since halftime.
Pass to Richards. Here's Smooth. Softly drops in the floater. Smooth's got 6 points.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Back to Simons. The 3-ball. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
I'm your captain.
They set the screen. Three-pointer, Beal. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
And he's doing all he can for his team. Just perfect shooting thus far. Now, it's time his teammates, they really have to step up.
Durant against Simons. Thibault passes to Sharp. Thibault with it. Launches a three. Smooth grabs the miss. Smooth's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Collins outside. Here's Smooth. He has 6. Pass to Durant. 6 on the shot clock.
Come on, Durant.
No good with the triple.
Fuck,
Portland
man.
leading by 18. Outside Thibault. Here's Kamari.
Where's my player going?
On the wing, Simons. This one for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Down low. Here's Iguodaro.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Iguodaro's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Hey,
Maybe
they're
it
just
is
getting
instead
pushed
of 2.
around
Maybe it's the
inside.
ones number 4. Maybe it's other people.
Outside Thibault. From deep. Nails it from 3.
Gee whiz.
Thibault's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Smooth on the take. Durant, the pass to Smooth. To the paint. From deep 3-point land. Rebound by the
Yeah, I
Trailblazers.
thought maybe Connor would
Klingen's
come
got his
through with
7th rebound
something.
of the game with that last one.
Hey, yo, right here.
Simons outside. Shoots over Durant. And it's Simons missing. Suns trail by 19. Here's Smooth. He's got 6. Pass to Durant. There's the triple. And Klingen pulls it down. Klingen's got
He is
rebound
missing a
number
lot.
8 here already in the game. Outside Sharp.
What?
Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And the ball out of play. Trailblazers will have it. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You look at the Trailblazers, not the start they were hoping
We'll be
for.
back.
They're
We
in the
will
bottom
fucking
half
be
of
back.
their
God damn
conference.
it.
And for the Suns,
Fuck this early
down a
season.
few spots. O'Neal, he's checked in for Phoenix. Allen comes in for Durant. Markkanen's checked in for Portland. Lawson comes in for Simons. Pass to Lawson. Here's Kamari. Fires from deep. And that one falls.
What is up
His
with this
5th
shit?
basket in 7 tries.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Smooth, no good.
Look, that's a coach's nightmare. Your player has an easy chance to score and blows it by trying to do too much.
Well, Coach
You think
Lowry
I was gonna
Markkanen,
make it?
It's
I
been an
don't know.
interesting study to watch his game continue to improve every year.
Yeah, it certainly has, Brian. You know, he was a complimentary player for quite a while and then finally has developed into a primary offensive threat, and he has thrived. Just so many things Markkanen can do to help your team on both sides.
Inside, here's Iguodaro, and he can't stop the
That was a
run
good
as
try.
that one misses. Trailblazers lead by 23. Pass to Sharp, lets it go. Smooth, grabs the miss.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
Here he goes, and that one is hammered home.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Sharp passes to Lawson. Here's Klingen. Phoenix grabs the miss.
I mean, come on,
my
that's
man
a
here.
shot you expect him to make.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Smooth. Give him 8 points now. Beal from outside. Doesn't go that time.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Markkanen outside.
Man, he was on this side.
Pass to Klingon. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Klingon's got 6 points.
Yeah, they want more playmaking from marketing. That's the next step in his game.
Beal, the pass to Smooth. There's the screen. He takes it in. Out to Beal. From 12 feet. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. Beal's got 19 points.
3-level score. Beal can make every type of shot, and he's made a lot of them tonight.
Back to Sharp.
I'm your captain.
Beyond the arc. No luck on that one.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Allen, the pass to Smooth. Sinks the tray. Smooth's got 9 points here in the second half.
That makes it a triple-double for him. What a major impact he's had on this game.
Pass to Kamari. Here's Lawson. Marking it outside. Here's Kamari. 15 points in the game. Here's Sharp. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Here's Smooth. Now Allen. They set a pick. And
Bad
play
screen.
stop. So
Chicken
whistle
wing.
there.
Oh
Looks
my
like an illegal
God.
screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet,
I mean,
we
you know,
still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to
Second.
police.
Keegan Murray's checked in for the Suns. Ayton, he's checked in for Portland. Robert Williams comes in for Kamara. That's good from Ayton on the assist from Sharp.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
On the wing, Murray. Here's Smooth. 11 points in the game. Driving to the basket. Count it. Smooth's got a 11 points in the quarter.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
A minute 22 left in the third quarter. To the inside. Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
Well, this is what they want from Ayton.
Put some
Play
clear eyes in.
big.
There's some eye washing. Contest for throwing up.
Sharp against Beal. Here's Smooth. That three's off the mark. Portland leading by 20.
I don't even know why I did it either.
Pass to Markkanen from outside the arc. The rebound by Allen. Well, Phoenix is shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
What is
So that brings
happening,
him up
man?
to 4 fouls. So he's forced
Weird
to hold
ass shit
himself
been happening,
back
huh?
a little now, which may make him a target for the offense.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
Oh, now that was a block. Some much-needed energy there to jumpstart them back into this game.
Dunn, he's checked in for O'Neal. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Walker, he's checked in for Sharp. And that one's good. Lawson.
Yeah, really nice to see Markkanen keeping his head up and finding the open teammate.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Ayton. Back to Beal. Here's the three. Knocks down the long J. Beal's got 11 points here in the second half.
And what an answer from Beal. Love seeing him sink the triple.
Markkanen from long range. And again.
Oh my God.
And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Portland ahead, running away with it.
This is embarrassing.
And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
As we get going in quarter number 4. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. We've got Walker. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Williams. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Lawson in at the point guard position. And that one's good by Durant.
For years, Durant has spoiled us with his incredible shot-making ability.
Outside Walker. Ayton inside. Richards is there. All right, Stan, what's one rule you change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day, for that day, do I get Adam Silver's salary?
100%.
Brian, I'd get rid of all the replays.
All the replays. No more reviews. Human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
Those are precisely
Get rid of the replays, huh?
the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense
replays
will
is kinda
serve
weird.
you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Yes! Great play by Walker to set it up. Ayton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, yeah, there is some flex to Ayton's game. He doesn't have to have both feet in the paint to score.
Smooth. The pass to Durant. Here's Smooth. Jacks up a 3. They get it again. A nice shot by Richards.
Plays like that make a coach's life
Before I
easy.
hit that one.
Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
To the right side. Here's Ayton. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Richards. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Ayton. Here's Smooth. Pass to Allen. And there's the screen. The 3. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got rebound number 8 now. Markkanen looking it over. Now here's Ayton. Markkanen, the pass to Lawson. Stan, as a coach and now a broadcaster, you've gotten to visit all the great cities the NBA has to offer. Can you give us a favorite?
So, Brian, you're going to try to get me in trouble here. I'm going to give you one city and offend 29 other fan bases. Not a chance. I love all the NBA cities.
Come on,
Not like you not to take a stance. Portland leading by 22.
We'll go ahead and activate. It's going to kind of run.
Allen against Walker. Pass to Lawson. Back to Walker.
That's a good shot.
The Suns clear it.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Durant with a screen on Williams. Here's Smooth. And the layup is good. Smooth's got 13 in the second half.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Markkanen outside.
He's still a young
Pass to
player, yo.
Walker. Markkanen outside. Fires in the triple.
Well,
Goodness
Markkanen
gracious.
keeps the defense off balance with the quick trigger.
The Suns have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. Hook loose.
Yeah,
And stolen by
I mean,
Markkanen.
it's
Here's the break. Here's Walker. And the jam by Walker.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
Well, as a coach, you're always
changes here for Portland. Walker, he's checked in for Lawson, and Tate is subbed in for Simons. So it's Portland now. Outside Tate. Will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
Durant for three. Knocks it down from distance.
On the catch and shoot, Durant is so effective. You have to run him off his shot.
Outside Tate. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It goes on Kevin Durant.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Portland.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way.
And he sinks the second. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Down low. Here's Smooth. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Price for sloppy ball control before, but tonight they kept it locked up tight.
Yeah, they did. And at the other end, they were very disruptive defensively.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Anthony Simons.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Here's Smooth. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. It's going to be on Jabari Walker. That free throw no good. And the Blazers making a change here. Lawson's checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both. Now Portland with it. Williams on the wing. Markkanen outside. Shoots over Allen. Kevin Durant with a rebound. And so Durant will bring it up for Phoenix. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Ooh, Ayton with the block.
Access there denied by DeAndre Ayton.
And here's Markkanen. So no problem for Portland as they get the win. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was